the thing of it is, we still got to remember that these are small sample sizes in the first few weeks of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of the hot starts fizzle out. I mean, one that didn't was Kristian Campbell. He started out hot. Everybody tweeted about him. Everybody wanted Kristian Campbell, and here he is. His first major league home run last night. And then someone tweeted,
that guy's looking like a dude, man. I have to say.
Yeah, someone tweeted they were talking about an extension. So I don't know if that's legit or some guy just talking out his ass, but
no, I think that it is legitimate. On my drive home today, I was listening to the front office on MLB Network Radio, and Duquette was talking about that pretty extensively. Him and Jim Bowden were on there together today, and they were talking about it at length. I know that Bowden can kind of ruffle some fans' feathers wrong, but I do think that he knows what he's talking about as far as some things are concerned. And he's had a lot of experience in the role as general manager. So I actually like listening to him on the radio. And they were talking extensively about how this would be the perfect time for both parties. I mean, because right now, Kristian Campbell's stuck for 3 years making very little money in respect to Major League Baseball players. Let's be real. And then he'll have those arbitration years after that. So it'd be smart on both parties to lock him in at a little bit higher dollar value now. But then buy out some of those free agent years as well, kind of following the same strategy as Atlanta did with Ronald Acuna, Ozzie Albies, and Michael Harris.
Yeah, it worked out well for them so far.
Yeah, and like those kind of moves, like whenever we talk about those in various social media platforms, whether it be Discord or X or whatever, I always point out that, like, there is risk involved for the team too whenever they sign these guys to long-term deals. I mean, who knows if one of them's going to like blow out their knee and then never be the same after that, or maybe a guy regresses after 2 years and just has trouble continuing that trajectory that they displayed early. I mean, don't you think that there's been teams that kind of wish that they hadn't done that? I mean, like I'm thinking of Scott Kingery, Eloy Jimenez. Like, those are some contracts that got signed kind of similarly that I'm sure the team regretted in the long run.
Oh yeah. The White Sox tried to do that early and it just didn't work out. They thought they had their little young group of studs, and it turns out that it did not.
I thought they were ready to have like a little dynasty run there for a little bit with Eloy and Luis Robert and those guys.
Moncada, they were ready to go.
Tim Anderson just fell off a cliff.
Yeah, he did. The funny thing about that is a lot of analysis were saying, like, this profile is one that has a short shelf life. Like, he's going to get 30 and then it's just going to go, and it did. It just died.
Well, and then Evan White is another name that signed one of those early extensions, and I mean, we haven't seen him in Major League Baseball in how long now? Like, I mean, I don't even know where he is. Is he still with Seattle?
He's probably in Korea.
Yeah, I mean, I have no idea. And then you have the flip side where there's some players that probably wish they had signed, like a Jared Kelenic. I'm sure he wishes he would have signed an extension when he was first coming up. But that's why. What's that?
Did they offer him one?
Yeah, Seattle tried to the spring before he debuted. They tried to sign him to one of those pre-debut extensions, and he declined numerous times, and finally they just didn't talk about it anymore.
Jeez.
And so, like, I'm sure he wishes he would have signed one at this point. So there's risk both ways.
Yeah, that's a big loss.
But you mentioned Kristian Campbell, and that was a name that, transitioning to the Red Sox talk a little bit here. I was really excited to see that Campbell kind of jumped out of the gates, swinging the bat well. And he's played really well this weekend. Like you mentioned, he hit a home run yesterday. I mean, he's just been playing really good. A lot of people are calling him Mookie Jr., I think, because of the Red Sox connection. But I'm really excited to see him continue.
That's some pretty high praise for a 3-game sample.
I know. I always hate that. I hate that when they start dropping to like MVP level guys right away.
Yeah. Mookie's established stud. I mean, I saw some stuff about Campbell also. He's one of the guys that went to Driveline, and you can see the huge difference in his. Yeah, you can see a big difference in his numbers last year to before. It was like a completely different person. So, I think the Red Sox having Brody there is a huge plus for that organization. Like huge. I think it's been understated the impact that he's probably having over that, like the player development. It's probably completely understated how much he's having. And when they trade guys like that Elmer Rodriguez Cruz to the Yankees, there's probably a reason why they were okay letting him go, you know? Like, I liked his numbers. He was an O's and ones guy, but I feel like with him there, they have a really good finger on the pulse of what they have pitching wise. And if they were letting a young guy like that go, that looked like he was putting up really, really good numbers and could be a thing, they'd keep him, you know? So it kind of turned me off on him just for that reason.
Yeah, I feel you. Anybody watching the show, if you have some comments on whether or not you think the Red Sox and Kristian Campbell should work out an extension, let us know your thoughts in the comments. If you're not watching live, still comment on the video and let us know what you think about Kristian Campbell potentially signing a long-term extension with the Boston Red Sox.